Alright everybody, welcome back to a brand new PTCGO video, and today we're going to be taking a look at a Mega Ampharos EX deck. This is one of the EXs I haven't covered yet from Ancient Origins. I'm surprised I haven't really covered that many cards from the Ancient Origins set, but we are going to be covering Mega Ampharos EX in all its prime and glory, and we're going to see if it's actually kind of good. So it has this attack Exavolt, which does 120 damage for 4 energies. That's a lot of energies. Even with you include DCE, that's still, a lot of energy, especially since it's a Mega. However, it's got a good effect. You may do 50 more damage, so you can do 170, but you will paralyze yourself. But, what am I saying? You can do 170 damage, and then you leave your opponent's active Pokemon paralyzed, but then you're going to do 30 to yourself. So that's actually a pretty decent attack. It may seem a little bad, oh, you're doing 30, but with cards like Rough Seas, that 30 is nothing. Also, if you include the fact that they're going to be paralyzed, you're not really going to be taking any damage. You're probably going to knock them out anyways because you're doing 170 damage, but that's going to be the whole point of this deck, is to use Mega Ampharos for Exavolt and try and, keep a lock going. However, it's going to take a lot of energy to actually power up, so we're actually going to need to play some speed with this deck. We are going to play, obviously, Mega Turbos. This is what really makes Mega Ampharos good, is the inclusion of Mega Turbo. It helps Mega Ampharos out quite a bit, and hold up, wait, how many lightning strikes? 7, okay. I was going to say, but, yeah, so Mega Turbo will help us out, and also if we include DCE in this deck, it's going to speed up the process just a little more, and it just makes it a little easier for us to get this Mega Ampharos powered up as soon as we can. However, we also play some disruption stuff. Obviously, we have enhanced hammers in the deck, just to kind of disrupt the opponent. Obviously, since we are paralyzing them, disrupting them also wouldn't be a bad idea. The paralysis lock is a very deadly thing. However, if we keep, some kind of lock going with stuff like hammers, then, it can be really tough for my opponent to even do anything to this big Mega Ampharos EX. And we're also going to be running 1 Regice. This is here for Resistance Blizzard. It can also keep up a lock, and I'm trying to sound this deck, and it's seeming to do a fairly decent job. We're only playing, like, 2 waters, but Regice is just nice in this deck for Resistance Blizzard. It's always nice to have another lock card, since this deck does have a lot of locking abilities with, hammers, the Exavolt attack, and then we have this Regice to kind of help us out in some matchups. Plus, it's a counter to Regice also. We could run Zapdos, but that would just be way too many Pokemon. We also run 1 Magnetric EX. Assault Laser is always a nice attack to use. It's also a decent lightning type to start with, because Overrun can do some work. You can put damage on stuff, and also we can use it for Assault Laser if we really need to. And we also have 2 Shamans. Pretty simple. We all know why Shaman's in the deck. Yeah, so that's the Mega Ampharos deck. It's got locking abilities to it, and it's all about really powering this Mega Ampharos up as soon as possible, and then also having some kind of lock to your advantage, like Regice, the hammers, the paralysis lock with Exavolt. I keep saying Exactavolt. So we also run 1 Battle Compressor, just to get stuff in our discard pile, like Light Energies to make a Turbo. We got 2 Enhanced Hammers. We just went over where we had those. 4 Mega Turbos. Obviously, we went over where we had those. We got 2, not 2. We got 1 Professor's Letter. This is nice in this deck since we do run multiple energies. But also, we can grab a Professor's Letter, grab energies, Ultra Ball them away, grab a Shaman, play them down, Mega Turbo. It's a really cool combo that's actually worked a fair amount of times for me. So, it's a cool combo, and that's why we do run Professor's Letter. We got 1 Switch. Obviously, you can't go wrong with the Switch. We got 4 Ultra Balls, 4 Versus Seekers. Like I said, already, you probably know why that's there. We got 1 Lysander. We got 1 Pokemon Center Lady. Since it is going to be tough to knock us out, and we do damage to ourselves, Center Lady isn't a bad card to have in this deck, just because you can heal 60 damage from the Ampharos, making it harder to knock out Ampharos. And plus, you may not even have Rough Seas in play sometimes, so you need to heal off that 60 damage you might have on yourself. We got 3 Birch's Observations, 4 Sycamore, 2 Shauna. That's the draw support that I'm going to go with for now. 3 Rough Seas, obviously. You could actually go with 4, but I think 3 is just fine. We got 3 Ampharos Spirit Link, obviously it's the Ampharos Spirit Link. We do run 1 Headringer. This is a nice disruption card also, and plus it, allows us to attack with Manectric. We got 1 Flash Energy just in case we play against like a Lucario or something. We got 4 DCEs, obviously we need the good amount of DCs to use Exavolt, and we also need the DC for Resistant Blizzard. 7 Lightning Energies, and then we have 2 Waters. I need to get a 7th one of these. But yeah, so that is the Mega Ampharos deck. It's about locking your opponent down and finding different ways to kind of disrupt them with Headringers, Hammers, and Regice. So yeah, let's get into a game that I got with this deck and see if we can get it to work in action. Alright, let's get straight into the game here with the Ampharos deck. We're playing against Emerson the Jelly, so this guy might be the Jelly, and we'll see what he is running. And we see World Sleeve, so, oh boy, we got a pretty rough start here with the Shaman. You never really want to start with Shaman, you usually want to start with the Ampharos, or maybe the Regice, or the Manectric, but we'll see what can happen here. My opponent also started with Shaman, so looks like it's a stalemate. I'm actually going to Battle Compressor. Might as well get some stuff in the discard pile. Why not? I guess I'll discard maybe Lysander, just so we can VS Seeker Birch, because I want to play a Birch's Observation here instead of Shauna. And I think I'm just going to discard a Lightning, so maybe we can set it up for a Mega Turbo later on down the road. And yeah, it looks like I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to go for a VS Seeker. Obviously, going to play that Birch. Hope to God we get a good hand here. Come on. Oh, we get the 7 cards. And we do get the Ampharos, which is sweet. I'm going to put the DC on it. I'm going to pass, letting my opponent go. Thankfully, we did get that Ampharos and the light energy off of that Birch's Observation, so that was very clutch. So, looking not a bad start. I don't like starting with Shaman because it's an easy 2 prizes, but I'm fine. We see a Manectric, so it looks like it's going to be some kind of Mega Manectric deck. We see a Seismitoad. So this is going to be a Seismitoad Mega Manectric deck, so that's interesting. I don't really see much of that anymore, but okay. I'm going to put a Lightning on, and I guess I'm going to Birch's Observations here. Or not. Maybe I'm going to put the DC on. It's tough. I don't want to get it hammered off, or actually, we'll Sky Return. That just gave me an idea. Now, obviously, the thing here is, oh no, the Seismitoad can heal it off, but I'm fine with that. I want to get the Shaman out of play because I don't want it to get knocked out, and also I want to use Sky Return down the road. So I think I'm just going to Mega Evolve here. I mean, Shaman isn't really in any danger. Manectric can't knock it out. Toad is only doing 50, and then we're going to heal that damage off because of the Sky Return anyway, so I'm not really too worried. And we see a Battle Compressor come from my opponent here. Probably can get rid of some Lightning Energies, or maybe just some energies in general, so maybe later down the road they can Mega Turbo that. My opponent's going to have to hope that they have a lot of switches in their deck, so that's going to be the big boy here. Yeah, we see, but I don't know why I'm doing that. Whatever. My opponent's taking a long time with their Battle Compressor, probably thinking about what they're discarding. We see already 2 DCs in their discard pile, which is actually quite a lot. So that's a little rough for my opponent there. We see a Shaman come down. So we see them discard a Lightning and a Fighting Energy. Okay, they discarded a Fighting Energy. I don't know why they're playing Fighting Energy in their deck, but, I mean, to each his own. So, I think I'm just going to play the DC. I'm going to bench the Manectric, and, okay, I can work with this hand. This hand is actually kind of good. We do have the Mega Turbo, but we are item locked, so that is a big downside there. I might actually just be forced to Sky Return for 0 damage because of the Rough Seas. I'm going to have to bring out the Manectric because we actually whiffed an energy too off of that Sycamore, so I'm not going to have a choice here. I'm just going to go with the Sky Return, I guess, get the Shaman back in my hand, bring up Manectric, and I guess we can stall with Manectric just for now. And because Manectric's only be taking, 30 damage, and the Mega Manectric won't be a threat, because once we make Exavolt it, I think we'll be in a decent spot, so, yeah, I guess this isn't a bad position. The item block is hurting us. We see a Hex Maniac, which I'm kind of fine with, because I don't think I would have even played Shaman anyways if I did. We do get a Lightning Energy here off of our, thing, and, I think I'm just going to attach here, because next turn I can set up a retreat. I'm going to overrun. Definitely just going to do damage to the Shaman also. No point in doing 0 damage. But I'm just going to put energy on it so that we can retreat the Manectric next turn. And then we can start attacking with Mega Ampharos and get out of that item lock, which is very nice. We see another Manectric come down. We see a Light Energy go down on that Manectric. Will we see the Mega Manectric come into play is the question here. I don't know. We see another Shaman come down for 3 cards. So, yep, this is probably going to be the Mega Manectric. Yep, there it is. So, that's going to be a little rough. But we're probably going to see a Quaking Punch for 30 damage, which is fine. We can always save the Manectric for later, too, to knock out maybe Shaman if, ever our Mega Ampharos gets knocked out. So, we're not really in a bad spot here. We can attack with Mega Ampharos. And we see a switch. So, my opponent's actually going to go into the Mega Manectric, which is a very awkward play in my opinion. A, they just wasted a switch, and B, they just brought out their main attacker, which is about to get paralyzed. So that is a very, very questionable play for my opponent. And we can, just retreat. I'm going to actually, I'm going to Ultra Ball here. I'm going to dump the Shaman, dump a Mega Turbo, just because I don't really think I'll need that many. I'm going to grab another Ampharos, just because we need to get another one going here. And I'm actually going to play the Mega Turbo just in case he plays Enhanced Hammer or something. And I think I'm just going to go with an exact Exavolt. I don't really think I'm in any dire need to do anything else. And yeah, there we go. The Manectric is paralyzed. We also don't have a tool on us, so the Manectric on the bench will only be doing 60 damage with the Assault Laser. So I'm really liking the position we're in. Oh no, but we see the escape rope from my opponent. That is kind of big. That's annoying because A, they just got out of the paralysis. Now, are they going to bring out the Mega Manectric is the question here. Because then it'll get knocked out and we won't need to do 30 to ourselves. But we see him play a bunch of cards. I still don't understand why they play Fighting Energies. Maybe they play some kind of Regirock or something. I don't know. So we see the Spirit Link. We see another Lightning go on it. I don't know what my opponent's doing here. Maybe they're just scared of maybe Team Flare Gun or something. And yeah, we see them retreat. And we see a Turbo Bolt for 110 damage. So the Manectric does get knocked out. I don't really think we would have needed it. And now we're in a favorable position because we can actually start doing some big stuff here. And I think I'm just going to go for a Birch's Observations. I don't really want to lose his hand just yet. So Birch, we get a Hedge, which is always nice. We still didn't get a Spirit Link, which is annoying. But we can go for an Exactavolt. We don't need to do any damage because we're already knocking out the Mega Manectric. So that is nice. Hopefully we get an Ampharos Spirit Link here so we can start to get another Mega Ampharos in play. But I think we're in a decent spot here. So I'm not really worried. We see him bring out Shaman. So he's probably going to go for a setup here. Or not setup, a Sky Return for 30. We see him grab Mega Manectric. So he's probably going to retreat into it. And hit me for 110, which is going to be a little rough, but I think we can survive as long as we can at least try and get another Mega Ampharos going. I think we'll be fine. But we do see my opponent. He does, in fact, go for the Shaman. I don't know what he's going to do here. We see a Trainer's Mail. A lot of stuff is, I guess, going our way. We see him grab Rough Seas. Obviously, he's not going to play that because we already have Rough Seas in play. We see a Birch. He gets a Heads. And I don't know what my opponent's can do here. He's obviously probably going to retreat. Or he can go for the item lock route, which could be an actual decent play. But I don't know if he's actually going to go for that or not. So what is my opponent going to do here? Taking it off a long time. Maybe he will Sky Return, which would be a really dumb play. Or he'll retreat into Mega Manectric, which would be the obvious move. And my opponent's thinking here, probably wondering what he wants to do. Come on, man. This is very boring. He goes for a Sky Return for nothing. That was a very questionably bad play. I don't know why my opponent did that, but hey, to each his own. My opponent went with a Sky Return for nothing, and also he could have retreated into Mega Manectric and Turbo Bolted me, but whatever. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I'm actually going to take advantage of this and play Lysander on the Mega Manectric. I actually want to get damage on this thing just because it might pose a threat later down the road. So why not try and get the big boy out of the field? And can he attack? Does he even have enough switches? We see a Trainer's Mail. He might play more switches, but we do have another Versus Seeker in our hand. If not, we'll be good. We see him grab Battle Compressor. Is he going to play it? What's he going to do? Is he going to get out of the lock? Is he going to do something else? We'll see what happens. We see, oh no, a Lysander. That's actually kind of annoying because now my opponent is... Oh no, that's not good. Now they're going to be able to retreat the Mega Man Trick, heal it off. Ampharos has 2 retreat. This is actually kind of a bad spot to be in. Not a bad spot, but kind of an annoying spot. Hopefully we can get something going here. We did not get the DCE, which is annoying. I really was hoping to get one. I don't really feel like gambling for one. Honestly, I think I'm actually going to take advantage of the spot I'm in. And I think I'm actually going to go... never mind. Get an Ampharos Spirit Link. I was actually thinking of going for a Ultra Ball to get another Mega Ampharos in play, but I think I actually want to play a little more aggressive here. Because why not? If my opponent doesn't retreat here, he'll be in some deep guano. But what is my opponent going to do? Is he going to retreat or not? That is the question. I would retreat just because you can, heal off the Mega Manetric, save it for later. Unless he actually wants to go for a Turbo Bolt for 110 damage, we can retreat the Ampharos this turn, bring up the Mega Ampharos on the bench, and go for an Exavolt and knock him out without even damaging ourselves. And yeah, we just see him go for Turbo Bolts. A lot of weird plays coming from my opponent here. A lot of really huge plays, too, that kind of hurt my opponent. We'll put the water on, and I'm actually going to hold on to the center lady. That may sound a little weird, but I don't really feel like discarding this hand. I don't think we're going to lose either, especially judging from the spot room. We got an enhanced hammer here, but I think we're going to get item locked anyways. No, he's bringing up the Shaman, realizing that he'd get Toad would get knocked out, but Shaman will do 0 damage unless he finds a muscle band. We see another VS Seeker. Holding on to the DC was actually a kind of smart move because, yeah, I predicted him to do that. Which is fine, we can retreat him anyways. We see him bring up the Seismitoad, and we're going to see a Quaking Punch for 50 damage. But luckily, we can actually retreat thanks to the DC sitting in our hand. We'll Rough Seize all that off. We'll play the DCE down. We'll retreat into the Mega Ampharos. We'll play the Professor Sycamore. And we'll go for an Excited. Oh no, my opponent actually concedes before we can actually even attack. And yeah, that was actually quite a success. We managed to pull off the Mega Ampharos deck pretty well. We showed off how powerful the Paralysis Lock can be. And yeah, maybe Mega Ampharos has some potential for the future. I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more PTCGO videos. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.